What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Nothing But Skills, and today I'm bringing you guys another division video. Today's video is going to be focused on Pier 93 solo farm run, and this is currently using the last build video I showed you for new and returning players. Now this is running the 3-piece Nomad with the Ninja Bike backpack and the 2-piece Tactician. Now if you don't have that Ninja Bike backpack, just swap out that Ninja Bike backpack for a Nomad backpack. That way at least you get the 4-piece Nomad and then you'll have the 2-piece Tactician. Now you won't have the skill power from the 3-piece Tactician, but that won't kill you and you'll be able to complete this perfectly fine. Now if you guys don't want to try to do this solo and you would like to have somebody to play with, use the comment section down below. Say, hey, I'm on PlayStation 4, I'm on Xbox, I'm on PC, this is my gamer tag, this is my Uplay, and if you add me, we can do this together. I highly recommend you guys either join this solo or with a teammate. The reason why is because if you do this solo, you can open up the box a lot more, and if you do this in doubles, you might only be able to open this up twice, but that's still pretty good because remember, if you guys open it up twice, that's 4 different items. You get 2 items, he gets 2 items. Say he doesn't need those items and you do, you guys can share those items. Now if you do this solo, you can open it up 3 times. You'll get that resistant 2 cash when you complete round 10, and that is for both of you guys, so you guys can also share that reward. So that's why even if you do this in a pair and you can't open up the box as much as if you did this solo, you still get a lot of items that you guys can share in between each other. Now if you guys are stingy, you don't want to share, then you might want to run this solo. That way if you get an item, you just keep it for yourself. Now what I'm going to do throughout this video is I will be giving you a lot of tips, most likely at the beginning of rounds or at the end of rounds. Now if I feel like I won't be talking to you for a little bit, I'll say, hey, I won't speak to you till round 7. For the next 3 rounds, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be staying in this general area, dropping your ammo cache, dropping your flame turret, and staying in this general area, using your lightweight M4, using your big Alejandro or whatever secondary you have, and then you always want to reload in the box. That way you conserve ammo. As long as you're reloading in the box, your ammo will never go away. Now if I run out and kill an NPC and I reload outside of this circle, then my ammo will start to go down. That's why always reload in this box, and that way you can save ammo as much as possible. You should be able to clear this out pretty quick. This is probably the easiest 3 rounds you have to do. Round 4 is the round that I will talk to you guys again.
Looks like you got 5 hostiles remaining. You've got 3 hostiles to go. I'm only seeing 1 more hostile.
Seconds until next wave. 10 seconds until next wave of hostiles. Hostile wave is imminent.
Remaining. Scans say you have 3 enemies left. You've got 1 enemy remaining. Get ready to give the objective a scan.
So now that we completed wave 3, what you want to do is stay in this general area until you get down to about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how far the computer is. I'll show you in a second how far my computer was, and that's when I'll decide when I need to leave. So my computer shows that it's 127 meters away from me. So I know that I have to leave within 45 seconds to a minute. Now if I want to play it safe, I'll open up the garage door with a minute left. Now if I want to take a little bit more of a risk, I'll wait till 45 seconds. Sometimes you get a computer that's 60 meters. Sometimes you get a computer that's 65 meters and under. And you can actually wait till 30 seconds to open up the garage door and head that way. But anything further than 90 meters and above, I highly recommend you guys opening the garage door at a minute, or if you want to take some risk, you can open it up at 45 seconds and then you just need to rush there. Now you don't have to fully secure the computer before the timer runs out. You just have to be standing next to it. So even after it counts down to 0, as long as you're right next to the computer, you'll be perfectly fine. So that is my tip for securing the computer. The more NPCs you can kill before you secure the computer, the more shade tech you can gather, and that allows you to open up those resistance rewards a lot more. And if you can get enough shade tech, you can open up 3 times by round 10. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep farming this area, and then once I get within 45 seconds, I'm gonna open the garage and take off.
You have 30 seconds remaining to complete the critical objective. Seconds remain for you to complete a critical objective. Remaining enemies.
You've got 3 hostiles to go.
Now once you complete wave 4, you collected all your shade tech, what you're going to want to do is open up this delivery dock gate. So you're going to use your shade tech to open that up. That's going to cost you 1,500 shade tech. You're going to keep running forward, and then we're going to get to our camping spot. So you're either going to climb that ladder or climb above this generator and then head all the way to the back. Now you can do one or two things here. Sometimes I personally like standing out here until the boss spawns. That way the boss doesn't spawn in there with me and I can just get a bunch of NPCs rushing me. Sometimes I'll just camp in there just to play a little bit more safe. But this is honestly one of the most tricky rounds because sometimes you will get a shield guy and he is a pain to kill. Now my recommendation for that is if you do see you have the shield guy, start working on his armor and then leave him with just a little bit of health and then get in the same spot that I get in. I drop my ammo cache, I set up my flame turret, and you'll see that the flame turret isn't where I really like having it. I like having it a little bit higher, but it will stop the rushers from rushing me. Set up shop right here, leave your ammo cache down, that way you can conserve some ammo, and then you should be able to just keep melting the NPCs as they rush you. Your flame turret stops them from rushing you, and then if you have wildfire on like I have in my builds, it will spread to the other NPCs. At this point, all you're going to be doing is farming, and then once you get to about a minute, you're going to head out there and kill the boss. Now, if you have the shield boss, you might want to leave a little bit sooner. Sometimes the boss comes to you. If you look, the boss is coming a little bit closer, so I won't even have to leave this area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to camp right here, and the boss ends up coming to me, so it makes it a little bit easier. Just keep farming the NPCs, and then at a minute, I'm going to start working on the boss and wait till about 15 seconds before I kill the boss. Now, if it's a bigger boss that has a lot of armor, I'm going to start working on that armor a lot sooner. So at this point, I'm just camping, I'm just working on these NPCs, and then I'll collect that shade tech at the end of this round once I kill the boss.
There's 3 unfriendlies left. I'm seeing one more hostile. Prep yourself for loss of shade tech.
20 seconds until next wave. "10 seconds until next wave of hostiles."
Now once you clear wave 5, the first boss round, you're gonna get your first resistant cache. Now wave 6, I'm literally gonna camp in this same exact spot. I'm gonna throw my flame turret right up there so that way it hits those NPCs when they're rushing me. I'm gonna drop my ammo cache down and we'll be perfectly fine just sitting right here. And I'm gonna stay in this same spot until we have the wave where I have to secure the next computer.
Scans indicate 5 hostiles remain. You've got 3 hostiles left. You've got 1 enemy remaining.
Until next wave. Next wave in 10 seconds. Next wave of hostiles is beginning.
Come out and fight! We own this place! That thing is dangerous! Shoot the Don't hold back! It's over right now!
Engaging target.
You deserve it, man! You ain't got a chance. Keep away from that thing.
I see 5 enemies left. There's 3 unfriendlies left. I'm seeing 1 more hostile.
I'll kill you!
You're gonna need to scan the objective.
Next wave of hostiles in 20 seconds.
So once you complete wave 7, wave 8 is the next computer round. This is where you want to have your survival link on, and we're going to camp in the same exact area until we get to about 1 minute. Now once we hit 1 minute, what we're going to do is we'll pop our survival link, we'll take off, and then we'll secure the computer. So all I'm going to do is stay here all the way till I have 1 minute left, killing all the NPCs. I'll collect the shade tick at the end. Stay here all the way till you have 1 minute left. Then you'll pop your survival link, you'll take off running, and then you'll go secure the computer. Now once we get to the computer, we're just going to set up shop like we always do. Put your ammo box down, put your flame turret down, and just kill all the NPCs. And the same thing like before, guys. With the computer, you just want to make sure that you guys are near the computer and you guys are securing it, because if you don't, you guys might have to start all over. And it would really suck if you're doing really good and you just get a little bit too far away from the computer, it's not securing it, and then you have to start all over. So I recommend just camping right next to it, killing as many NPCs as you can. That way you can collect that shade tech once it's over. And then once you complete that round, you're going to go back to the same camping spot we've been camping the last couple rounds.
You've got 3 hostiles to go. I'm only seeing one more hostile. Get ready. Virus burst may be headed your way.
Hostiles inbound in 20 seconds.
Now wave 9 is going to be a contamination event, so all we're going to do is camp right here like I told you. Set up your ammo box, put your flame turret up there, and just melt every NPC that rushes you. As long as you guys have a flame turret up, it's going to slow those shotgunners from rushing you, and just focus their head and you will melt them. As long as you have your build set up, you'll be perfectly fine, and your ammo cache will keep you up, especially if you built it the way I built mine and you follow the build tutorial that I showed you guys in the last video. So just stay here, mill all the NPCs, and before you know it, you'll be done. And we'll talk right before wave 10.
I'm seeing 5 hostiles remaining. You've got 3 hostiles left. I'm seeing 1 more hostile.
So now that we just completed wave 9, we're almost done. We're almost at the finish line, and we almost get to go collect our first rewards. But we need to finish wave 10, and this round is probably the round that you guys will have the most trouble with, especially with this build or any solo build. And that's just because of the bosses you might get, you might not get, depending on where they spawn, they don't spawn. The trick for this, I recommend, is you guys coming out here, and then hopefully the bosses spawn down below. You can focus one boss, and then if you get the boss with the shield, you want to drop that armor as quick as possible. Now, if you get any of the other bosses, I always recommend at least killing one boss and just leaving one boss up with a little bit of armor. If you see in this video, I ended up getting 2 cleaner bosses. One was a heavy gunner, one was a flame turret build, and they ended up spawning right next to me, and that really messed me up. So I had to think on the fly. I couldn't camp in that corner, which really messed me up. I had to get into a position where I could set up my flame turret, I could set up my box, that way I could still be really effective. So I came to this corner right here. I saw that they would have to come towards me, and then I end up fighting from here, and then I end up pushing into where we first fought at the very beginning for wave 1, 2, and 3. So at first I fight right in this location right here, and then you'll see once they start pushing me, once those shotgunners start pushing me, I realize, you know what, I need to back up a little bit more, and then I push all the way into where we were originally fighting, and that's how I completed this round. Now this isn't ideal, but sometimes you guys have to think on the fly. My tutorials will just give you a general idea of how you should complete it, but you guys have to remember, sometimes it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes the NPCs spawn right on top of you, so you have to move and go find a better position, and that's just something you guys will learn the more you guys play. So hopefully this helped you guys out. You're gonna see I'm gonna push into the garage in just a second, and I finish off the bosses. Once I have killed all the bosses, I will leave one guy left, so we'll talk in just a second. So I just killed the bosses and now I only have 2 enemies alive. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish off one more enemy. I'm gonna leave 1 enemy remaining, and that way I can head down there and use my shade tech on the resistant rewards. Now the first item I got was a non-classified, was just an Alpha Bridge mask. Now I have enough to open it up one more time. I ended up getting an exotic, which was the bullfrog, which is pretty cool. I didn't get multiple exotics, I didn't get multiple classified sets, but this happens sometimes. This still is the best solo farming route, especially if you're looking for new classifieds. Now I just need another 1,000 shade tech, which I will get once I complete wave 11.
Uh-oh. Shade Tech is gonna go offline.
20 seconds until next wave.
So what I'm going to do now, so that way I can open it up one more time, I'll complete wave 11, I'll open up the resistant reward. Once I open up the resistant reward the 3rd time, I'll just kill myself, and then I'll just go open up my resistant 1 and resistant 2 reward caches that I got for completing the boss round 5 and then the boss round on 10.
Shade Tech interacts have gone offline.
We have 5 enemies left. We've got 3 hostiles to go.
Come on, focus fire. Now look here. Keep the pressure on. Want some of this?
Dan say you got 1 hostile left.
So for wave 11, you have to kill all the enemies before you have access to the resistant reward cache again. Once you complete wave 11, you can use the remaining shade tech on here, open up the box again. I got a non-classified tactician authority mask, so this wasn't an amazing run, but sometimes you can get up to 5 classified pieces, because you can get 3 classified pieces here, and then your resistant 2 caches have a chance of dropping either an exotic and classified piece, maybe 2 classified pieces. It's totally random, so don't be discouraged if the first time you go through you only get 1 classified piece. And that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it useful, hit the thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, it's the first time you're watching one of my videos, hit that subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, use the comment section down below. And remember, guys, if you don't see me in Last Stand, if you don't see me in Skirmish, if you don't see me in Dark Zone, it's only a matter of time. Nothing but skills out.